My wife turned our daughter against her, and now she's blaming me for it. For the past few years, my marriage has been hanging by a thread, and it's all because of how my wife treats our daughter. I'm 36, my wife is 34, and our relationship has been tense ever since my daughter started drifting away from her mom. It all started when my daughter was 13. She came to her mom, my wife, and nervously opened up about her very first crush. It was on our family friend's son, a totally innocent teenage thing. She trusted her mom enough to share that secret. But instead of keeping it between them, my wife thought it was too cute not to share. So she told everyone, and I mean everyone, during a family barbecue, even the boy himself. You can imagine how that went. My daughter was humiliated. She was blushing, embarrassed, practically in tears. I pulled my wife aside and told her she crossed the line, but she just brushed it off, saying, "They're just kids. It's harmless." I've always known my wife isn't the best at keeping secrets, but I genuinely thought she'd make an exception for something as sensitive as a teenage girl's first crush. But after that day, I started noticing more. How she would casually share our daughter's private stuff with her friends, relatives, whoever was around. Little things at first, but it became a pattern. Um, for years, I didn't even realize how deep it went because these conversations usually happened during her girl time with friends, and she hated when I interrupted. But lately, it's impossible not to notice. She tells people about our daughter's texts, phone calls, even personal medical stuff. All the things a mom should keep private. And every time she does, I can see a little more trust fade from our daughter's eyes. Now my daughter's 16 and things have completely flipped. She comes to me for everything: school drama, crushes, even health issues. I've become the default parent, and honestly, I don't mind. But it's been eating at my wife. She's hurt that our daughter won't have girl talk with her anymore. She complains that their bond is gone, but she refuses to see why. Then last week, my wife found out, through someone else of course, that our daughter has her first real boyfriend. And since our daughter didn't tell her, my wife completely lost it. When I got home that evening, my wife was screaming at our daughter, demanding her phone, her laptop, everything. My daughter was crying, absolutely broken. And that's when I snapped. I told my wife to stop, to calm down. I said we'd talk about it later, privately, because I hate fighting in front of our daughter. It makes her scared and uncomfortable. But my wife refused to back off. She started yelling at me too, right in front of our daughter. And when I tried again to de-escalate, she grabbed my arm and dug her nails into my skin. That was it for me. I lost it. I told her, point blank, that this was her fault, that she's the reason our daughter doesn't trust her anymore. I laid it all out, how she's been broadcasting our daughter's private life for years, how everyone around us knows things they shouldn't, and how our daughter has every right to protect herself now. My wife broke down crying and locked herself in the bedroom. Meanwhile, I went to comfort our daughter, who was still shaking and sobbing. Then I took her out to get dinner, just to get her away from the tension for a while. When we got home, the silent treatment began. My wife hasn't said a single word to me since. And honestly, I've been replaying everything in my head, wondering if I should have handled it differently. But at the same time, I'm tired. I'm tired of watching my wife blame our daughter for keeping secrets when she's the reason those walls exist in the first place.